The eagerness to learn should come from within learners. It cannot be taught by the teachers, but could be developed through proper preparation of the lesson and appropriate teaching strategies and techniques. In media accessories section, pupils' engagement during the teaching process is highly considered. The primary aim of this innovation is to continue learning in its most challenging situations, such as during the pandemic or weather disturbances or in peace and order situations. MAI aims to provide learning to students in a normal classroom setting or the face-to-face or in a distant learning setting without sacrificing its efficiency and effectiveness. To achieve this, before the start of the lesson, the learners are already aware of what to learn, why they need to learn that specific lesson, and how they will be evaluated. In this way, they already know what is expected from them and therefore motivate them. In addition, modeling is used in the development of the skill. The children are guided on how they will learn the lesson. Pupils' engagement is strengthened through learning activities in the activity sheets. There are at least 3 learning activities or drills in the process. One major feature of the learning process is the ability of the pupils to learn on their own, or what we call as independent learning, and learning with their peers or collaborative learning. Independent learning is done by providing the learners with activities where they can check their answers whether if it is correct or wrong using the answer key. They are also given time to practice the skills with their peers and also collaboratively check their answers and correct them. Individual learning is measured with the use of a parallel assessment which is crafted by the teacher. These activities are the major component of the active learning strategy, a student-centered learning approach used in most countries around the world. As a teacher, I am really happy that this innovation came into existence. Aside from the fact that it lessens our burden in preparing for the lesson, I could say that learners are very much engaged in learning for the whole duration of the classes.
Assessment plays a vital role in the teaching and learning process as it is a way of collecting, interpreting, and analyzing the learner's performance. And the quality of learning is determined by, of course, the quality of assessment practices given. The media-assisted instruction is competency-based learning, which means learners are taught based on the skills plus the content and context provided and every competency of each subject and the modeling part. That means we teach the learners the step-by-step process of the learning the skills using the content and context. We make sure that learners master the skills while learning the content and how it must be applied in a real-life situation, which is the context. With that being said, learners are being assessed using the skill, the content, and the context being taught. As assessment is given equal importance as part of the teaching-learning process, we used an assessment strategy that helps learners in the assessment process. This assessment strategy has 3 drills to make sure that learners have mastered the skill and the content, plus the evaluation, which means each competency will have 4 assessments. The first assessment, or the drill 1, is what we called first formative assessment. This is the drill of the skill. This is not graded yet, but serves as the practice activity for learners so that the teacher can check whether the learners were able to learn the skill using the content given, and how it is applied based on how it was modeled. The second formative assessment, or the Drill 2, is what we call collaborative learning. This is an activity in performing the skills in dyad or pairs. The purpose of this activity is to make sure that those learners who have a hard time learning the skill and the content will be assisted by their peers or classmates. The third formative assessment is what we call independent learning. This activity determines if learners are ready for individual performance or evaluation in performing the competency of the skill plus the content. All assessments are based on the skill, content, and context of the competency, where learners are exposed to the real-life problem or situation as an application of learning, which is of big help to the learners. And as a teacher, I could say that this assessment strategy is proven effective to help learners master the necessary skills needed in life.
Analyzing learning outcomes serves as the paramount in a teaching-learning process, considering it is where we see if our strategies, methods, or styles in teaching is effective or not. It is in the assessment results where we focus on to measure, understand, and analyze the impact of the whole package. Media-assisted instruction is a picture-perfect innovation because of its competency-based learning approach. This means that only the required skills of such competencies are to be expected and developed by the learners. The innovation's blueprint that caters mastery of the skills and the step-by-step process play a big help for the teachers to easily analyze the learning outcome. From Drill 1, which is the practice activity, the teacher could then check if the learners can be able to learn and apply the skills and competencies intended. Having the same aim or competency to develop in Drill 2, known as the collaborative learning, it is also in this part where the teacher could judge how the skills are being shared and developed with peers. Throughout the process, the teacher could then analyze whether the learners are ready or not in an independent activity and in individual performance. Given the different drills with repeated competency in focus, the learners can be able to perform or carry out what is expected towards the whole assessment part. With this progression, the teachers can easily grip the learning gaps, subsequently providing an authentic learning data and a concrete action in resolving the learning gaps.